some it could sound like science fiction, but it is quite simple in theory. We take readily available feedstock gases, so we pump acetylene and oxygen into a steel chamber, we ignite it with a spark from electrode, and we basically force the acetylene past its activation energy, and the molecules are then converted from the carbon in a gas into a powder. If you could kind of imagine a puff of smoke crystallizing, that's really what our graphene is. So I know it sounds complicated, but really that reaction happens instantly, and that gives us the efficiency that we have. So we are the only company that is really exploding hydrocarbon gases to produce graphene, and I do believe that it is really that process that gives us a very differentiated material that is exceeding really all the other graphenes in the industry.
So with our particular material, with our fractal graphene, we make it in a very different way to how conventionally graphene nanoplatelets have been produced. And what that does is it gives us a product with really ultra high purity, and we also have a material that's very consistent batch to batch, and it has a uniform particle size as well. And this combination of having really high purity and the uniform particle size allows us to use the product at very low concentrations in the application, and that completely changes the economics for graphene technology and where it can be commercially viable now.
Well, we are able to deliver performance benefits at lower loading, so using less graphene than really anyone else in this space. And because of all of that, we're not only achieving superior performance benefits, but at a lower cost basis.
We use bottom-up method. We don't use any graphite, and we use a hydrocarbon gas mixed with oxygen in a constant volume chamber, and we ignite the whole mixture. It generates a super high energy, super high temperature. It will basically tear apart the carbon away from the hydrogen and will rearrange themselves into perfectly sp2 graphene structure. And we have a very good control over that because it's an atomic level building process.
We've already started to see some outstanding customer feedback from initial validation testing that they've been doing. We have a compounding customer and they've been working with graphene since 2012, 2013, and they told us when we went to visit them, they've tried dozens of different graphenes over the years, and now with Fractal Graphene, this is the first time they're actually really seeing improvement in the products, which is getting them really excited about the possibilities for what they can now do. As a result, we've now got our product introduced into several of their customer programs.
So the most important things about quality is you need to have a consistency of your product, and this can deliver a consistent end performance in the end.
What excites me the most about this breakthrough is how we can realize graphene going into the mainstream. So turning it from a niche, high-value technology into something that will become far more familiar with industry and used much more widely across a range of different applications and markets.
So what I personally find most exciting is that we have a completely differentiated process and therefore graphene, and I do believe that we will really be at the forefront of science.